Oh no. Where on earth did I put it?
What's wrong? Did something happen?
This is bad. A batch of supplies has gone missing. They were here last night, but they were no longer here by the time I came to inspect them. I thought Jeffrey had drunk too much and moved them somewhere else, but he swore to me that he left them right here.
Could others have moved them away?
But there are no other logs in the duty records. I'm sure they've been stolen. How could anything happen when the security in Skyforge City is so good? If they can't find a culprit and end up blaming things on us, we'd be done for.
Don't worry. Calm down. I'll help you search for them.
Thank you. That'd be a big help. I need to hurry up and think of what to do next.
I just checked those empty supply boxes. There are clear signs of damage and forced entry, but some of the open supplies nearby haven't been touched at all. It's as if they were specifically targeting this batch.
Yes, that's what puzzles me too. If there really were a thief, they should have targeted those already open supply boxes nearby. But they specifically went for this batch.
Do you know what's inside?
I'm not sure. We workers at Port Tito are only responsible for transporting these goods. We don't know what's inside at all.
I see. Seems like I'll have to ask around some more.
I swear I absolutely didn't tamper with those supplies. And I didn't drink too much last night. It was just a small cup, really. After moving the supplies, I went home to rest and have been sleeping since. I was just woken up and told that all those materials were gone.
Last night, it was quiet as usual. There are always patrols around this area daily. Anyone trying to steal supplies would surely be discovered. Why don't you go ask the person in charge of the vertical farm? He was responsible for transporting the supplies yesterday. Maybe he knows something.
All the supplies delivered yesterday are gone. This is really a headache. I really want to help, but I honestly don't know anything. The supplies were being prepared for the upcoming general celebration, a traditional festival within Skyforge City. If theft were to ruin the celebration, it would definitely be a blow to morale.
What if we temporarily requisition resources from other areas?
I'm afraid that won't do. All supplies in Skyforge City are distributed as necessary. Recklessly requisitioning supplies could affect our supplies and even cause a shortage. While the celebration is indeed very important, if we end up starving because we're robbing Peter to pay Paul, I'm afraid the General will only be even more disappointed in us. The robot over there can track the movement of goods in the logistics district. The batch numbers for these supplies lie between O5 to Q13. You're the distinguished guest who recently arrived at Skyforge City, right? If I'm not mistaken, you have the authority to check out the records. I'm quite busy at the moment and can't do so myself. But if you encounter any problems, feel free to come and find me anytime. What? The data for those supplies are missing? That's going to be a bit tricky then.
Have you encountered a similar situation before?
Almost never. The security in Skyforge City is very good. The last theft occurred a year ago, but if there's an inside job, that's a very serious problem. Right? You should go ask the patrol guard. They're usually in charge of the supplies we send together. They should be at the plaza or order now, and they might know something.
Supplies corresponding to batch numbers 05 to Q13? Now that you mention it, I do seem to recall them. That batch of supplies was transported to Port Tito as scheduled, and we've been patrolling and guarding it since. But at around 3 in the morning, a team of soldiers suddenly appeared and took them all away.
Lockheed soldiers? Do you know why they moved those supplies? And where they took them?
I'm afraid that's not within my purview. I asked, and they only said it was an urgent order. The soldiers looked to be in a rush, and they took all the supplies away in less than 10 minutes. I'm still not sure what their urgent orders were, but they had all the necessary paperwork. I had no choice but to follow orders. If you insist on investigating thoroughly, here's a team's identification number. You can check their current location on the equipment over there.
Thank you. I'm hoping that the harried workers at Port Tito will be able to find some peace of mind.
The batch supplies at Port Tito, they've been urgently dispatched to support other strongholds. I'm writing the report right now. If you had come just 5 minutes later, the whole process would have been done and over with.
Why didn't you explain everything to the staff at Port Tito? They've been going crazy. They thought it was a theft.
Did they send you to investigate? I don't think I've ever seen you in Skyforge City before.
I'm an honored guest invited by your commander.
Go back and tell them that there was a zombie invasion at Lockheed's Gamma stronghold early this morning. A large amount of supplies were needed immediately. The incident happened without advance notice, and we didn't have any surplus supplies in our inventory. Going through the usual cumbersome process would have wasted precious time. The only supplies we could immediately requisition were from Port Tito. Every second counts, so we took action immediately. We mobilized supplies to provide support immediately with the understanding that we would take care of the paperwork and procedures later. It's no surprise you can't find any logistics information. They're all being routed via emergency orders. As for the troops, they've been transferred to the Gamma base to make up for the losses from the battle there. Clearing sensitive troop movement data is also standard procedure.
But those supplies were originally meant for ordinary citizens. Taking them without a word, even if it's to support other strongholds, would probably upset the residents of Skyforge City, wouldn't it?
Those aren't daily essentials, but rather supplies for a celebration. The general celebration can be postponed, or even skipped once in order to prioritize the safety of other strongholds. The general works tirelessly day and night in order to rescue human civilization from the depths of desperation. He knows that the significance of a symbolic celebration pales in comparison to the safety of a stronghold. I believe that the general would make the same choice here, and I also believe that the people would understand such a choice.
So they were redirected to support other strongholds. No wonder it was so mysterious. This does make sense, and they won't have to worry about being blamed by the higher-ups. But we really need to find a way to hold the general celebration. After all, it's a grand tradition in Skyforge City. If it's postponed or even canceled, people definitely won't be happy. But now, without sufficient materials, it's hard to proceed as per the usual specifications. The venue, amplifier, props, food. My head is already starting to hurt.
Let's leave the celebration to the residents of Skyforge City. I'm sure they know exactly how to celebrate Lockheed's general.
That's the only way. We're running out of time and need to act quickly. If you're willing to help, we'd be very grateful.
Come, come. The special General's apple pie is finally ready. 1 piece per person. Everyone, come and try it.
Is this a recipe from Skyforge City?
Oh, not at all. This is my own creation, a culinary masterpiece. Without the General, there would be no Skyforge City, and no future for human civilization. Naming this apple pie after the General is a way for me to express my gratitude.
When I grow up, I want to be a wise and dashing leader like the General too.
What do you like about the General?
The fact that he's working to save human civilization,
To save human civilization? Do you understand what that means?
to wipe out all the bad guys in the world.
Without your help, I don't know how long I'd have been at my wit's end. I really can't thank you enough. Why don't you come join us at the General Celebration too?
Thank you for being so cordial, but I'm more inclined to remain as an observer for now. I'm trying to understand the people and things in Skyforge City as I observe daily life here.
Alright, I'm off then. Let me know if you need anything